you close your eyes, does it almost feel like now?
Hello everyone and welcome back to Diecast Car World, and today we have a kind of a different video here. We have a slide presentation, and today I'm going to be comparing, I'm going to be starting a new series where I'm going to be comparing diecast cars to real cars. And the first car we're going to compare today is going to be the Mini Cooper hatch, and it's the first generation. So on the left side here we have the diecast car, and this is a real car. So some diecast car specs here. It's a 118 Mini Cooper by Maisto, and I actually found them on sale right now, or they're selling it on Amazon for $50, free shipping. I think it's a little bit overpriced. I think it should be around maybe $35 to $30. But if you really want to buy one, you can get one here on Amazon. The link is right here, which is kind of blocked off. Sorry about that. Here are some real car specs. It's the first gen Mini Cooper. It was built from 2002 to 2006. It has a 1.6 liter Tritec engine, which is pretty small in today's standards, of course. But yeah, this design language and everything is basically inspired from the original Mini Cooper from the 1960s, 70s. And when you see one of these in the road, you just know it's a Mini Cooper. The design is very unique and recognizable. So thankfully, I was able to find basically the exact same spec, but with the stripes over here, on a used car listing. So I gave credit to their images, and I'm using their images. But yeah, it's basically the identical spec here. So we're going to first compare the front view of the car. And as you can see, it looks very similar. Let's start with the headlights here. Can't really see that clearly, but you can see that the shape is very similar, as well as the headlights inside. They have three light bulbs like this. Basically the same on the real car. Now one difference I see here is the fog lamps down here, or it might be the blinker lights. As you can see, it's kind of in an orange color. However, on the diecast car, it's only a white or a clear color. But everything else here, you can see the silver accents. There's the same there. However, on the grille on the bottom here, it's also in silver, but on the real car, it's mostly a darker color. Let's look at the grille on the top here. You can kind of see the difference. On here, it's just one line going right here. However, on the diecast car, you can see the lines going here, but also lines going this way, horizontally and diagonally. However, on here, it's just diagonal lines. But I think there might be some lines that are inside, and that's what this was trying to do, that are going horizontally inside, but you don't really know from this picture. But anyways, this one's got the cool little stripes, which I might want to add on because that looks good. But you got the windshield wipers here, and you can see the little side blinkers as well. They got that correct. They got it very nicely. However, this little side orange light thing right here isn't on the diecast car. But otherwise, everything looks very similar. Yeah, the side mirrors as well, they look pretty much identical. So they've done a good job here. Let's move on. Let's move on to the side view. There's not much to the side profile, but let's just take a look at the windows. As you can see, the window shape is very well done. It's pretty much identical as well. You've got the door here and the gas cup here. Oh yeah, and the antenna, which is kind of cool. The antenna at the same spot. We can also look at the overall proportions of the cars. I'm not good at any of that, but you can kind of see like they did a good job, like how much the front takes space, and the windows where they are, the wheel size. It looks so similar, like it's basically the real car. And of course, it's supposed to be in 1/18th scale, which means like 18 times smaller than the actual car. And yeah, I think it definitely represents that size. Because when you put this mini diecast car with the other diecast cars, it's much smaller and more compact than other diecast cars. So they did that really well. Um, let's take a look at the rear view. Now, as you can see, the taillights, they're basically the same. They look so identical. They even have the blinker lights colored in orange, which they did on the diecast car, which is great. Sometimes they might just ignore that and just put it all red, but they actually put the little orange blinker lights. It's a great detail. Of course, they have the European license plate, but that's what it is. And all the silver little I don't know what you call it, is like design elements are there, as well as the Mini Cooper logo, and Cooper says Cooper. And yeah, you can see like the um, exhaust tips and the exhaust here at the same place. Okay, now one big difference I notice here is really the only difference is that here in this actual car, this little tip or rear spoiler area is a little bit like a spoiler. Like it's actually like um, longer than the actual window, so it has this little space right here, and the rear light, which is up here, right? It's below the white thing. But over here, you can see that the rear light is actually like just painted on top of the little thing here. And that's the difference. That's really the difference here. They probably didn't really think of doing this one. And it's probably harder for like the trunk to open. So they just did a little lazy way, I guess, of just painting the little light all over here. Also, one other really cool thing here is the rear light bulb. I mean the reverse light bulb, which is located in the middle of the car on the real car. And I think it's in a really cool spot. It's like right in the middle. So when you put the car in reverse, this light will pop up. And on the diecast car, they actually have that right here. You can kind of see there. I know the pictures aren't the best. The camera was bad for my pictures. Well, hopefully you guys can see all the details, basically. But yeah, you can see this light bulb right there. So they even got that right. They just got this part wrong. But that's okay. Okay, let's move on to the trunk. There's not much to see here as well. Um, but one difference I noticed is obviously, well, yeah, obviously this diecast car doesn't have any carpets or anything like that. But some of the more expensive diecast cars, like from Auto Art and like Kyoso, they might have carpets like this, like actual carpets. But this one obviously just plastic. That's fine. That's price point. You can get for $50, $35. But um, but it's not a huge deal. But I also noticed that there is less cargo space on the diecast car. That's not fair. I need to store my little model golf clubs and stuff. I can't have less cargo space. But anyways, like here you can see, well, you can't really see from the diecast car, but it actually had much less cargo space between the seat and the trunk. Or yeah, so that is what it is. But on to the next section, we're gonna talk about the wheels. Now, I think they also done a fantastic job on the wheels because, like, as you can see, they're the exact same wheels. I was able to find like these actual rims for the real car because there's like a bunch of different rims, but if you see, they're basically the exact same wheels. They have the little design. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spoke 5-spoke. Have this design, you know, it's on the diecast car. You can see the brake calipers as well. They're silver, just like the real car. You got the mini. Oh my goodness, they even have the bolts. One, I'm not gonna count all of them, but I think basically the same amount of bolts as you can see. The mini logo in the middle, basically the same. They've done a great job. 10 out of 10 on the wheels. Now let's move on to the engine. This is a pretty cool one. Um, it's actually more detailed than I thought. Like they did a really good job with this diecast car from Maisto. Um, yeah, so if you look at the engine here, it's a lot of elements. There's a lot of stuff. But the craziest thing that I recognize are these stickers right here. You can see like that little hazard, whatever. I'm not sure what those stickers are for, but it's basically like a warning probably. But they even got that on the diecast car. I was shocked, man. That's pretty cool. That is pretty impressive. Now let's look at the other elements, like this in not intake, but whatever this thing is called. I'm not good with like technical engine stuff here, so sorry about that. It's not my thing, but here you can see the same thing, but it's actually in silver. It's painted in silver. It's a plastic piece, and of course it connects to this piece, which is also represented right here. The same thing. Let's see what other elements we got. All the elements actually. I'm just impressed at how detailed the engine. They replicate the engine and the stickers. Like this yellow piece, they even got that right there. And the mini logo. Mini logo. You can see the mini logo. Pretty important for a car engine, of course. The logo. Got the little radiator out here. You can't really see from this image, but it's below there. So they got that. Let's see, you got this little piece, which is also here. Yep. Yeah, that one's there. And yeah, it basically represents and looks like the real deal. Well, the thing is, though, they have this in silver plastic. I'm not sure why, but this is obviously in black plastic. Maybe they wanted to show the details of this engine, because if it was in black, you wouldn't be able to see as much. But they really wanted to show it off, so they probably made it in silver. Or they just didn't have the black plastic to do this, but I'm not sure about that. But anyways, yeah, those are just assumptions and stuff like that. Yeah, I also forgot to mention like these things, little grill design below the windshield wipers. The diecast car also has them. It just doesn't show on this image, but yeah, they got that one as well. So let's move on to the inside. It's pretty exciting. Because this car is actually really good at the interior side as well. So I know this pic kind of dark and you can't really see much, but you can see that the seats are in the right spot. They look the same. They look very similar. The shape of the seats, if I look at it right now, like my diecast car is right next to me, it's so similar. It's basically the same thing. Yeah, and the interior, let's look at the steering wheel. Wow, shape correct. Shape is correct, of course. They got the little buttons on the steering wheel. Of course, this car, it cannot really represent those buttons on there, but that's just crazy if they do that. Anyways, you got the dash here. You got the little air AC vent. Got that right there. And you got the, speedometer and everything. They actually got it all there. Yeah, you can see basically the whole design and everything. They got it right. The gears, the cup holders, even done a great job. The one difference I see though is on the doors. They have the silver trim. However, over here it's just black plastic. I don't know why they didn't just use this silver plastic to go over that trim. So as I said, the silver trim is the only real major difference here. It's not even that big of a difference, but yeah, they could just use this silver, piece to make that circular design, which is a pretty cool design, to be honest. It reminds me like of the headlights or something of this car, but yeah, that's what it is. They have the handbrake, which is also over here. Yeah, everything else they got it where it's supposed to be, and the color is correct. The color is accurate, but just the trim, and that's fine. So now we've gone through everything, every part of this car. It was a cool video, I think. Hope you guys enjoyed it. But of course, we have a accuracy score. Like I'm gonna score it on how accurate or how similar the actual car and the diecast car is. So basically, we compared it side to side, and just gonna give it a score. So, drum roll, please. Considering the price point and everything, I think they've done a fantastic job on replicating the real car. I thought it was like the same thing. So it gets a 9 out of 5 out of 10. Probably one of the best scores you can get. I mean, it's not, I couldn't give it a perfect score because of some of the things, but it's basically perfect. That's basically perfect. I'm a harsh grader, you know, like I would give it a 10, but some of the details just didn't get a 10 for me, but it's still a very solid score, of course. 9.5, nearly perfect. I think they've done a really good job, especially for the price point, of course. Because I got this for like, 30 something bucks. Now they're selling it for 50 bucks, which is a little bit overpriced, like I said. But yeah, for 35 to 35 bucks, I think it's a great car. It's a really nice diecast car. And I do like minis. I think they're really fun. They're small, like, compact, fun to drive, and I think it's a great car. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of different and new kind of video. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like, and if this series or if this video does well, I'm gonna keep going with the series, and I have so many more diecast cars to compare and review and all that. So please subscribe for more content to come. And yeah, please leave a like if you enjoyed. Leave some comments if you have any questions, anything to say. Leave them all down below, please. I love reading the comments, and I try to reply to every single one of them. So please leave a comment, and thank you so much for watching, like I said, and peace. Bye-bye.